everybody. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. My name's Adrienne. This is Evolvehumanity. Today is October the 15th. Tomorrow we have a new super moon in Libra, which is awesome. The moon is going to be closest to the earth during this new moon. This is all about creating new habits and rituals around balance and actually manifesting, bringing things together that will allow you to move forward in a synergistic way. So how are you aligning yourself? What are you manifesting? You know, there's been all these other energies that have been happening. You know, we have Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto, all direct now in Capricorn. We have Mars in retrograde. We have Neptune in retrograde. We have Mercury in retrograde. Uranus is still in retrograde. So there's just a lot of what's the best way to describe it? There's a lot of very interesting energetic experiences that might feel, I don't know, uncomfortable, difficult, not difficult, but definitely a little uncomfortable. And so this is all about like really standing in your most authentic, balanced way of being so that you can navigate through these energies in a way that is high vibration, healthy, and comfortable for you to actually work through. So right now, as Mars is still in retrograde, this is all about the breaking down of the ego and structures. And right now what's happening is we're all in this space of leveling up, and as we kind of navigate through the rest of 2020, we're going to be constantly in a state of shifting because of all of the shifts and changes that are happening energetically, as well as things that are happening in the tangible earth plane. Here in the US, we have this election coming up, which is really going to maybe change the way that we are currently in existence in life. We'll see how that unfolds. But the question is really, how have you grown this year? How has this year influenced how you make decisions now, and how you're gonna be able to use these energies to help you make decisions going forward? What are you ready to let go of? What do you need to know? What are you grateful for? How can I bring more gratitude in? All the things. So I'm going to do a daily reading and see where we are on this journey and ask for some guidance from Spirit. I'm going to use the Oracle of Mermaids guidebook, or the Oracle of Mermaids deck, and see where we land with this. So let's see what we got here. Wave of power, a surge of power, upswing in energy, exhilarating movement. Yeah, this is that yang energy. This is what's going on in the collective. The Selkie and her skin, reclaiming your authenticity. Yes, how do you be authentic in this? In transparency, honest, authentic, genuine, present. Wow, that's pretty cool. Let me show you. Look at these beautiful mermaids. Look at all this feminine energy coupled with this yang energy. This is definitely a surge of power, upswing in energy, and exhilarating movement. This is yin with the yang. Reclaiming your authenticity, standing in your power of your authentic self, and being transparent about who you are and what you're up to. Being genuine, present, being in the moment, actually enjoying rather than resisting all of these shifts and changes. That'll definitely give you some power as you navigate through this. So let's see, I'm gonna pull some tarot from the Light Seers Tarot. Let's see where we go with this. So what intentions can you set for yourself between now and the next 6 months with this Libra new moon energy? I'm gonna do a new moon and Libra reading tomorrow, but something to presence yourself to is anytime there's a new moon, it's always about what are your intentions in that particular energy going forward for the next 6 months. Because in 6 months, when that full moon is in Libra, you can look at the intentions that you set now and see how they're actually manifesting when that actually comes to fruition. So what needs to be more in balance in your life? For me, I have a tendency to be I have a real sassy attitude in a lot of ways. I grew up in the city of Detroit in an environment where things were very punchy and quick and aggressive. So it's all about really kind of balancing, for me, the aggression with actually being a little more passive. Here up in the Pacific Northwest, there's this conversation that everybody's very passive aggressive. And when I think about Detroit, I think that is a very aggressive place. So it's kind of like, how do you then bring into balance those kind of energies where you are standing in your authenticity, when you are actually being honest and genuine and present? And also, how are you able to kind of navigate these energies in the yang energy, but also not in a sense that you're bullying or bulldozing or like just taking charge and being like super aggressive about it. That's definitely something that I, as an intention to set in this new moon in Libra, it's all about how do I gain the balance and being able to say what I need to say, but also being present to how that's landing over there and the experience of the others around me. So how are you actually finding balance and energies in your life? So let's see what the messages in tarot say. Two of Pentacles, making decisions. Five of Pentacles, about how you have a mentality of, how you have a lack mentality, how you have a less than. This could be about self-love, making decisions to Page of Swords. Learn some new things about yourself related to how you have how you experience worth. Yeah, that's rebirth, death. Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, Three of Wands, Four of Wands, Eight of Cups, Chariot, Wheel. Interesting. Ten of Pentacles. Pull that too. Temperance. Nine of Cups, Six of Wands, Magician, Hermit. One more, please. Nine of Cups. All right. So making decisions about how you have self-worth conversations, how you actually learn things about yourself. You're deciding to interrupt patterns that you have around how you learn and communicate what it is you're learning about yourself, but also about being clear and authentic and honest, while being able to move through things without getting bogged down by the bullshit. I mean, that's kind of what it's really all about. As we move forward in this energy, it's going to happen relatively fast. So it's really about addressing the shit that gets in your space that keeps you from continuing to move forward on your process, in your process. So I think what Spirit is saying is how you've been doing things is transforming, because it doesn't work going forward to continue to be in inertia. But you've been working really hard, Seven of Pentacles, on actually growing into this version of yourself, doing a lot of personal development, doing a lot of self-reflection, experiencing, being really inspired, communicating your inspirations, and waiting patiently for things to manifest. And you're also celebrating. You're in a space of celebration. Things are actually, people are seeing you as a good space, a good stable space. So whatever you've been doing to create that, others are recognizing it. Others are seeing that about you. They're seeing the work that you've actually put in to create the stability for yourself. That's going to help you move on towards what's fated for you. So Eight of Cups, Chariot, Wheel. So you're moving away from how you have been, how people have seen you authentically in some form of stability for yourself, and you're moving towards what's actually fated for you, which is related to stability and synergy. So 10 of Pentacles, Temperance, bringing together a lot of stability in your home life, in your finances, and what you're up to for creation. You know, you're at the end of the cycle of how you've been doing things, and you're actually moving away from, you're moving through this idea of you're moving out of your low self-worth conversation, or you're moving into a higher vibration of really standing in your own power and being really present to what makes you happy. What does success mean? 9 of Cups, 6 of Wands. But being careful not to be too this is about the balance between pleasure and victory, not being too grandiose. It's actually like breaking down the ego. So 9 of Cups is, for me, it can be a really ego-driven, and so is the 6 of Wands. Those cards can be very egoic. You know, the 9 of Cups is like completely like flamboyant, and I get what I want, and I do what I want. And the 6 of Wands is all about overcoming and like victory. It's like, I won the fight, I win the battle. And this is really about like having those two energies become balanced. I can have what I want, related to what makes me happy, related to what my mission is, by really standing in my own self-worth and my own self-love and awareness, and actually like developing myself, manifesting the ability to be really introspective and seeing in that space of introspection how to offer my gifts to the world. Hermit, 9 of Cups. Magician, Hermit, 9 of Cups. Manifesting introspection so that you can see how to offer your gifts to the world. How you can be a contribution to the collective in alignment with your mission. Authentically, honestly, and powerfully. How can you be a contribution? I'm going to write this down. Authentically, powerfully, honestly. So really standing in your truth. Standing in your truth and your power, and being able to really know the work that you've done is really moving you through this process. So let's see. Let's get some advice from Spirit to help you navigate through this. How to continue to develop the internal self-worth. What energy to align yourself with in order for that to continue to be cultivated here. Knight of Pentacles, take your time. Ace of Pentacles, walking towards that ultimate stability. 2 of Swords, 10 of Cups. So the advice from Spirit here is to actually stop listening to how you think it should go, and really take your time to develop, take your time responsibly to develop, Ace of Pentacles, this new idea of what life looks like for you. Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. That's actually that's a beautiful energy right there. Slow, responsible, abundant. Two of Swords. Not being able to actually see how that is what is going to bring the Ten of Cups. So if this is a relationship reading, you may have had conversations around your self-worth in being in relationships. I don't know. This is just a general reading about just who you are and where you're at on your journey right now. But if you can relate to this in terms of how this might show up in your relationships as well, you may have not been able to actually see how powerful you really are in manifesting the things that you want. So Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. That's like abundant, stable love. That is like so high vibration and so powerful that you might not even know what that looks like. I heard an astrologer say the other day that what does paradise on earth look like for you? Because you may have never thought about that. You may have never thought that could be possible because you've been living in this Five of Pentacles mindset, thinking that you're never going to get ahead. Things are always going to be the same, living in that inertia. And what you've really done is like not confronted that, not been able to like really like face that low vibration pattern that may be in the way of you actually seeing what paradise on you in your reality looks like. So this is what Spirit is saying, is really to align yourself responsibly in actually being able to see what does that look like. Because not seeing it, not actually confronting it, is keeping you from actually creating the Ten of Cups experience, which is abundant love, family, however you want to qualify it. It's having everything you need. Because there's enough for you to have everything you need. You don't have to not have anything. You can have everything. So this is really all about how to really interrupt your conversations around your self-worth and your self-love so that you can actually transform into the inspired, powerful, truthful, authentic, honest human that you see yourself to be. So this is resonating. This is fated. This is happening in divine timing, which is between now and I'm going to say the end of this year. King of Wands. Yeah, Sagittarian time. Standing in your really strong, inspired, passionate, sexy King of Wands energy right there. Cool. Where are we going here? Where are we going with this? By doing this, by actually really doing the work on interrupting whatever inertia keeps you. This is like really the decision. You might be like taking a new class. You might be learning some new things about yourself that you may have read in a book, or that you may have read online, or that somebody shared with you. This is so beautiful. This girl is reading a book and she has the light bulb shooting off all over the top of her head. A girlfriend of mine suggested that I read a book last week about how you have self-love and how that self-love translates to the kind of relationships that you have with your intimate partner, with your friendships and your family, and how programming from when you were young has essentially created those patterns now. And I'm learning some very powerful new things about myself related to my self-worth. So this is exactly what this is. This is really deciding to take that on. I didn't know what I didn't know because I didn't see that these were things that were in my space until somebody said, hey, you should read this book. So I said, okay, I'm going to read that book. So I started reading that book and I was like, wow, a whole new world is opening up around how I have had conversations around my own personal self-worth. And through that process, it's changing how I'm experiencing people in my life. So this is really like doing the work to actually recognize how you are for yourself and how that translates to how you are in the world. and how you then contribute to the collective. Because if you're contributing to any person around you in any form or another, that's the collective. That's your network. That's your energy actually impacting the experience of the whole experience. So, okay, this is awesome. If this is resonating, I'm gonna do an extended version on this. If this is a relationship reading, if you think this is resonating in terms of you learning new things about yourself to be in a relationship, I'm gonna look at Sagittarius, Scorpio, Cancer, Virgo, Aries. Got a lot of energy here. Yeah, so Sagittarius, Aries, Virgo, Cancer, Scorpio. All right, you guys. I hope this reading resonated. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you again in the next reading. Enjoy. See ya.